man, how's everybody doing today? My name's Crypto Corey. I love all things crypto, and today we've got a Veve and Ecomi video for you today. I just finished up my testing for now, which actually I've got more testing coming up in another month, so I still won't be able to do much with my YouTube channel or my studies in crypto in a general sense. Hold on, I gotta pull out on this road real quick. But basically, I am excited though, regardless, because I haven't gone for drops in a while. I didn't even go for the Knight Rider drop. But today, because Knight Rider came out, people seem to like it. It's nice, and the drivable vehicle is awesome. I've got a DeLorean, so I'm waiting on that to happen. But, I just didn't go for it. I was busy out on dates and stuff for the day. But today I decided to start trying to go for drops again. And today was my first drop. I did not use an Ethernet cable. I did not set up anything correct. I did not do any of the crazy convoluted stuff that we know how to do or use whenever we're trying to get drops and blind boxes and stuff like that. So all I did is it was a couple minutes, like 2 minutes before the drop. I was in my truck driving, and I just pull off to the side of the road real quick. I put my phone on, turn it on, had a couple of minutes, it went down, and right at 0, I go to hit, and it went by now. Got it right away, no issue. I got a comment. I do like the idea it's Moon Knight, because the Moon Knight show so far has been pretty awesome. I really do like the first episode of Moon Knight. But obviously there's a comic book that just came out as well. But man, I gotta tell you, is it just not good? It's good. It feels good, and it feels like Veve's getting back to the way it was. And I've talked to some people like, no, it's not, blah, 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 these prices, no. And I'm like, you know what? I remember back in the day where a comic book drop would happen, and you'd get the comic book, and then I was buying that comic book later on for like $3. Now that was short-lived, but most of the time I remember that if it was a super duper rare comic, you could see $20 when the market opened, and it would taper off usually from there a little bit. Where I think this time we saw about $14, maybe $15, and it tapered off, and last time I checked it was around $12 for the common cover. So when I see that, I'm like, this is the way it used to be. And apparently now the bots are kind of at bay, and obviously we can't transfer gems, we can't transfer collectibles, we can't buy or sell anything in and out of the app, which honestly, I know a lot of people are angry, upset, and they're still screaming MTL and stuff, but I'm not too concerned about it. I've got Palm NFTs. You know what I mean? I can't even get into my my settings or my app. You can't change your password, you can't change your username. All you can do is view the NFT that is supposedly yours. So all the people who are complaining in all the other areas, like, you just got no room to complain with Veve. Now HRO did happen, and it's real hyped up real quick. I think a lot of people from Veve have jumped from Veve immediately over to Hero. And I bought a bunch of booster boxes and I sold them on eBay. I still haven't even gotten them yet. I gotta ship them out to the people once I get them. But I mean, a booster box that was purchased for $137, including tax and shipping, after fees and shipping charges and taxes and eBay, the eBay fee and all that, I literally 4x'd my money. So a 4 or 5x on a physical item, which is pretty awesome inside of like a month. You just don't see that in a physical world, unless it's just like something super rare that comes out that everyone wants all of a sudden, and there's a limited supply. That happens sometimes with Disney pens, with the profile pens. They'll come out, I think they're like 17 to 20 something bucks, and instantly they're $250. You know what I mean? Like, instantly, secondary market, Disney, they're Walt Disney, no, they're Disneyland. They're Disneyland, but it's from California Disney. They're cast member exclusive, so only cast members can buy them. and they'll buy them for 20 bucks, and then immediately they're 250. And I've got one now who recently sold for about 450 bucks, and I got him for I think 20 bucks is how much I paid for him, but I didn't buy him in the drop. I actually got him in a raffle. So, in the physical world, we don't see gains like that, but we are seeing it with the Hero app. And also another thing we're seeing from the Hero app is some of these digital-only drops, like the Joker's going for multiple thousands of dollars right out of the gate a few days later, which is really awesome. I don't know how much this will keep up. It might taper off a little bit, and then eventually it'll probably surpass its all-time highs again. But, the initial hype is there, obviously, and these collectibles are pretty cool. But, the one thing I'm just really thinking about, what I wish I could stress more to people about Veve specifically, is you really need to stop talking about MTL. Because, first of all, why do you want MTL? Explain to me why you want MTL. Are you wanting MTL so you can cash out? Because if that's the case, then you invested in a company that is less than 2 years old, and the day you invested in it, there was no cash out. So you, in a brand new company with no cash out, you invest into it as a short-term option. You see the issues. Do you think in the short term any promises are solidified? I don't think so. No promises are solidified in the short term. So if they're not able to get the MTL done right now, it's not that big of a deal to someone who's holding for 5-10 years. But for someone who's like, I wanted to capitalize on my gains immediately, they want to sell right now, that's the type of person that short-term buys into a project that you can't short-term sell. I know, sounds crazy. Why would you short-term buy if you can't short-term sell? But that's clearly what's going on with many, many, many people. I'm even getting people, sometimes they'll comment on a video of mine or something when I talk about the OMI token. And I wasn't even saying where I thought the OMI token was going to go. I just literally was like, okay, this has been my projection on OMI. Here is how I've tracked OMI. Here's the trend lines I'm showing you. And here's where I believe the trend is heading. And I showed that slightly declining trend. And it's been directly on top of that declining trend the entire time that I've talked about it. Now, I can't make a prediction in the short term if it's going to spike or crash more. I just can't. But what I can tell you is based upon trends, we look like we're currently just in an accumulation phase. That's what it looks like. Now, that's not a given. That's still an opinion, and it's based upon technicals. And, sometimes with crypto, you just throw the technicals out because we just honestly don't know what's going to end up happening. But, OMI still looks good. I'm still waiting to buy it, but I just fell into a big chunk of money on some stuff. Obviously, I sold a bunch of Hero sealed product. I got the digital drops, and I sold those digitally sealed packs. So I've got a good bit of money that I can go, and I'm going to cash out right now via eBay and other means. And I'm probably going to put them into things like XRP. I'm going to put them into Ethereum, maybe Solana, maybe Cardano, maybe some more Bitcoin. I don't know. I spent whenever the Bitcoin crashed, I put a good bit into Bitcoin, around 34K. So I may not need to buy more right now. But, OMI is just not really going down as much as I want. I know that sounds crazy because I want to go down so I can buy into it before it goes back up. And it's just not really doing that. It's sideways action. It's consolidation right now. And it's just going and going to the right. Not up and to the right, not down to the right. Just simply to the right, very slowly, day by day. And that's not necessarily anything negative or positive for the project. It's just stagnant and the volume's low. I do hope that it'll drop down to that sub 0.25 that I'm hoping to buy at. But there's no guarantees on that. And there's also no guarantees of how it's going to pump. Here I am talking to you about buying into the OMI token. And in your mind, you might be thinking, all right, I'm weighing OMI against Solana or OMI against Cardano. And you look at how much Cardano's pumped in the last, week, and then OMI's done nothing. Literally just gone sideways, hasn't done anything. But then you have Solana and Cardano that have done some good stuff over the week. So, we just don't know what these things are going to be in the short term. There will be some major spikes that happen that'll just step up the value of the OMI token. When those happen, I don't know, because I'm not insider trading. I'm not inside on the project to know when those things are going to happen for me to invest into the project. But all I know is that right now, long term, I consider OMI a buy. The reason I consider OMI a buy right now in a long-term fashion is because, one, I think that the Ecomi team, the Ecomi team is a good team. The Veve app is a good app, and the OMI token is an unused token that has longevity attached to it, which would only be a good thing if you have many platforms, many video games, metaverses, whatever. If you have a bunch of stuff attached to the token and also burning the token, that's where I think that you'll see your big pumps happen with OMI. But like I've said it before, no matter what, I will be using OMI. OMI will be in my holdings, whether I'm buying chunks of it or not. If I find another asset that might just outperform OMI, I'll still have OMI. Like, obviously, I've got more than just Ethereum. I'm not an OMI maxi. I'm not an Ethereum maxi. I'm not a maxi of any kind. I have about 10 to 15 different investments in various places, and they're weighted differently, and then the more secure ones have more money, the less secure ones have less money. Nothing surprising there. But, I think that we'll be using OMI in and out of the app, so it's important to have it. The OMI staking and stuff, if they offer really, really awesome staking, that's cool. There's so many reasons to get into OMI. But I don't want to be the person that's fudding, and I also don't want to be the person that's all moon boy saying, it's going to $15, it's going to $5. Like, it didn't even get it to 1 cent, so it's like, we'll talk about $1 later. That's one thing. Like, I know a lot of people, they'll talk about like Shiba Inu or Dogecoin and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, Shiba Inu, if Shiba Inu just hits $1. And I'm like, if Shiba Inu hits $1, it's got a market cap the size of Bitcoin currently. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's just you can't sit there and assume that these things are going to have this market cap one day when there's nothing usable about the token. And right now, OMI is not being used for anything. So to call any form of a $1, $2 OMI, just any of that, you cannot call that until you start seeing how it performs under the usability of other apps. Whenever OMI is being used and exchanged, and we see how the price reacts to that, then we can predict where we think that the market cap and the price will be later on. We just can't do that in the short term. And to try to do that is a little bit irresponsible. I do technical analysis, and I can tell you price point on a medium range, what I think is going to happen. But at the end of the day, that's just TA for a short term. You really can't trust any TA person, let alone, some YouTuber with a handful of followers. So you need to just decide for yourself, do you think that you'll be using OMI later? If so, then, buying in cheap is a good thing no matter what. If you think that you'll never use OMI, you're going to sell your collectibles when MTL's here, and you're going to cash out and you're going to get out, then, I hope you enjoyed the style of investing you're doing, because it looks a little frustrating to me personally. One other quick update. Man, I said I was bullish on it too, but this one thing happened. This is why at a flips mode, instant notice, you can easily just go from being bullish on a project to not. So I was bullish on a mining project I was involved with called Planet Watch, and they had the Airway Elements miner that would help mine the currency, give you rewards. Well, that Planet Watch, the token company, they decided to cut the licenses for that style miner, and then failed to respond to the people who make the miner for over a month. and now they stopped doing business with them. So my miner no longer works. So I'm just kind of like, all right, if the miner doesn't work, and yeah, maybe the project will later on go up a little bit, but I just thought, I'm never going to get the money out of this project I want. So I just went ahead and cashed out at a loss. We'll see how they figure that later, considering you buy hardware, and when you cash out for less than the hardware cost. So we'll figure out how I'm going to be taxed on that. Hopefully I can prove to them it's an actual loss, and I won't lose more money because of selling crypto. But all I did is I just converted my Planet tokens into Algos, or Algorand token, and I'm going to hodl my Algorand. I like Algorand as a project, so I'm just going to keep everything on it for now. So that's pretty much it. A lot of my other stuff is doing well. Crypto's doing well. I just bought some more Ethereum. I've got a large chunk of money coming my way in the next few weeks, so I'll probably invest maybe a few $1,000s into a token or two, and then I'll probably take a break for a few months, and then if Bitcoin's over 50K, I don't know how much more I'm going to be investing in the short term, because that's pretty much what I've done each time. When I first got into it, I just assumed, okay, if Bitcoin's going to be $100,000, then I'll invest all the way up until it's $50,000. Then at that point, no matter what, I'm doubling my money if it makes it to 100K. So that's how I just looked at it. So I didn't buy up to 50K, any coins. And then obviously it crashed down to below 50K, and it hit around 34K. And then I bought again. I bought more. And then now that it's approaching the 50K mark, I might try to buy a little bit more. And then once we pass a 50K Bitcoin, I'll probably halt again until the next major crash. And then I'll start putting more money into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and things like that. Now, on a short term, I might be still throwing in some money into XRP and Ethereum. But once Bitcoin surpasses 50K in a strong manner, I'm going to pretty much lower my investments, and I'll be at that time purchasing into stablecoin and staking stablecoin, or I'll just be having some form of a side money so I can invest at a moment's notice if needed. I've already got an emergency fund. Not only do we get an emergency fund, we got some donation funds that we've already financed our annual donation fund. So a lot of stuff has just happened all at once. And it's funny when it happened, because right now is like not like the bottom of the market, but pretty darn close. And all of this money that was coming in just came in right now, which is perfect, because this is when I want to be investing. Obviously, it's not financial advice, but fun, non-financial advice. I would be investing right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm investing. And I'm flipping NFTs. I'm flipping collectibles. I'm making money right now, and I'm enjoying it. And if you enjoy Veve, keep on going. Take a break if you feel like you need to take a break, but Veve's fun. It's a fun little app, and I'm going to have some drivable vehicles here soon. Like, that's just cool. I don't care who you are. But, I want to thank you for joining me. Again, nothing I say is financial advice. And my name's Crypto Corey, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good day, people.